One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. My duck is bigger than hip hop, hip hop.
I'm part of an organization called Struggles United, Luchas, Unidas, Sulu, and we endorsed FSP's candidate for president, and we're really proud to stand with socialist organizations that really are very upfront and open and continuously and consistently organized for the emancipation of women. It's not just something that you can just say, like it's just a buzzword, and it's not a moral issue. Sexism is the enemy of the working class. It's a class issue. If you don't have an organization that's consciously organizing women and combating sexism and wherever it may be, then you really end up with issues in the future. And some of us know about some of people's problems over in Britain. So anyway, I'm just telling the truth. Anyway, so but I don't want to talk about that. The poem that I wrote, I had written another poem, and I performed it at an open mic. And after I performed this poem, it was basically it was a Christmas poem, about what Christmas would be like the night before Christmas after a socialist revolution. What would it be like? And then after that, this older gentleman gets up and he starts talking about when he was my age and pretty girls and skirts, saying poems and really trying to just red bait me and be a macho asshole. So I got really mad, and so one of the poets said, don't just get mad at him or confront him, write a poem. How? So this is a poem. Yeah, but I was a little hot. Things would have come off the wrong way. But that's okay, because now this poem's come out. And,
did he do this in front of you? After you?
He did it so I read the poem, and then he gets up and he's like, talking extemporaneously. When I was your age, whenever pretty girls and skirts talk about blah 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 blah. Okay.
It was a problem.
So here goes. A poem to the old cynic, the former revolutionary. Quote, every revolution fails except the last one, Rosa Luxemburg. Your attempt at revolution, at beautiful, combative, liberating, angry, and naive, with its flowers and free love, failed. Your revolution, with its black and brown machismo and whites-only feminism, with its strikeless decades and unspoken hypocrisies, was crushed. And then the state came back. COINTELPRO, Reaganomics, which hasn't ended under Obama, crack in South Central, meth in the SFV, workplace shootings, school shootings, gang wars, pimp and hoe culture, femicides, food made from a petri dish, the death of your revolution with lessons needing to be learned. And yet you blame the young, the recently born, for inheriting what you left for us. Those gifts of revolutionary thinking, the courage, the energy, militancy, with those times of freedom flashing, those are the ones you threw away with your cynical sneering of all-knowing, with your when I was your aging. Revolution wasn't a dream, you just went back to sleep. Wake up. Have you forgotten, comrade, what it is to spit the truth? How it feels to stand down the cops, the military? What it is to make the powerful tremble, expose their bloodlust, their cowardice? To reject this capitalist imperialist plot, to join with the humanity of people you never met? In a sea of words firing away and crowds all over? Did you not see Egypt full of young women rising up against patriarchy, dying, saving, fighting, mothers driving steel poles into military lines? That happened today. Women defying the Hitler Youth Pope, spinning topless to defend gay rights, even if the woman herself had never loved a woman in that way, and waving the banner of revolution at the water cannon, hurling rocks into the Intifada, braving the torture, freeing the captured, Gay, disabled, old and young, working class, homeless, women, trans men, rejecting those boxes, going beyond the past. Is it your guilt that you didn't speak up for them when you could? Or has crusty bigotry grown into your scalp? How can you blame your tiredness on the youth? How dare you attempt to cheat us out of our dreams that you have never fulfilled? And I'll admit, maybe it would have been sexier to die young, on the front lines, than to grow old before revolution. But nothing is more courageous than the elders still fighting anew. Nothing is more inspiring than our older comrades who have been trying and never given up. Mumia Abu-Jamal, Ronald Freeman, Angela Davis, Muffy Sunday. Emma Rosenthal, Mari Caballero, Raul Godoy, Alice Hayes. Don't you see? We still don't have to live like this. The world has changed before and it will change again. We realize it now without your help, looking at the words of revolutions past. And I quote, and don't criticize what you don't understand. Your sons and daughters are beyond your command. Your old world is rapidly aging. So please get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, because the times they are a-changing. That was your comrade Bob Dylan. But hey, what do I know? I'm just another pretty brown girl, gazing down the barrel of the gun known as a capitalist future and refusing to look down. Another pretty face radiant with the idea that maybe my children won't have to live through what I've had to live through. And if they do, I will answer them why my generation didn't make it and why their generation has to. Instead of receding into the dark, run with us into the dawn. On a move, show us how you got close. Teach us what it was to fight for, and teach us the lessons that you learned for the revolution, or get the fuck out of the way while we make ours.